Welcome back, all you beautiful crafters. Today we are going to do, or we're going to attempt to do the UV resin, snake skin, dinosaur skin. I don't really know exactly what the proper name for this is, but essentially what we're going to do is we're going to spray paint this. We're going to put some UV resin into a small cup. We're going to mix it in with some mica. Haven't quite figured out which one I want to use yet, whether it's one of these colors or I've got a whole stack of them over here. So we're going to go through. We're going to try to pick something out that we think we're going to be pretty. I haven't done this before, so we're going to be doing this together, I suppose. We're going to be learning this together. So I showed you the mica powders that I have, and the mica powders that I showed you, these ones, my husband was super sweet. He's so sweet to me. Okay, he really is. He went to Michael's for me on Mother's Day, and he tried to pick up some stuff that he thought that I could use making my tumblers. So he got some glitter and some mica, and he got me some new mats, and he's super sweet. So if we decide to use one of these, this is Michael's. If we decide to use one of these right here, I got these from Amazon, so I will try to link them in the description if I can find them again. And then I just bought this resin, so I don't really know how good it is, but I did do a pop socket. I think my daughter stole it. Let's get it in frame. There we go. There you are. All right, this is the resin that I bought. It just came in today, and what better thing to do than one of these tumblers? So I decided last minute when I bought the resin that I really and it wasn't even when I bought the resin. I actually got this cup because I wanted to do a poison apple, which I may still go back and get another cup to be able to do a poison apple on. But I mean, honestly, it's resin, and I really wanted to do this cup, so I had to go get another cup. And as you can see, this is an Ozark Trail. This one does not have the raised emblem on there, so it's going to cover up really nicely. And I mean, I don't have to pay the extra shipping because I didn't have any of these in stock, so I just run to Walmart and got one. So what we're going to do is I have some black spray paint. I'm going to make sure that I can find it, make sure that I still have black, because I don't really use a whole lot of other colors than white, unless somebody asks for something specific, like an ombre, and then I will go out and buy those specific colors. But it did have black, so I'm going to check and make sure. If we don't, then we're going to do white, but either way, I'll be right back. So I had to come back in real quick and say, well, what? We got black. Baby got black. Y'all don't really want to hear me sing, but we're going to take this. I'm going to take it off my little spinny arm thing right here. Bam, there it is. Popped it off. Okay. And we're going to go spray paint this black real quick. We'll be right back. All right. We are back, and I have spray painted this. This is not the best spray paint job I've ever done. My spray paint, I think I showed it to you earlier, has a trigger nozzle, and I don't know, I'm not used to it. And then it was also raining outside, so there's some moisture out there, and not the best spray paint job, but because this is going to have a 3D effect, I don't think that it's going to affect it too terribly much. So what I have done is I decided to go with some purple. I don't know what's gotten spilled on these, but these are kind of sticky. But we have a magical violet I haven't yet used, so I don't know. I'm assuming that it's going to go from white to purple. And then we have it's called rosemary, and then lavender. I have popsicle stick, because I'm going to use popsicle stick to shovel out some of my mica powders. this handy dandy little tool that I got from, I'm pretty sure I got it from the Dollar Tree. I have a couple of other ones, but I'm so absent-minded that I can't find them. All right, I have a cup to put my UV resin in. I have a stir stick, not in the best condition, but it works. Cup of water, and a straw. This is a plastic straw from Dunkin' Donuts. There we go, Dunkin' Donuts. And I don't have any Dawn. I get most of my cleaning supplies from Grove Collaborative. And I can leave a link down below if you guys want to sign up for them. I love Mrs. Myers and The Method, and there's another one. Oh, what is it? There's another one, but I love them. I love to clean with these products because they smell good. I mean, they're not just chemical products. These are all natural, and they smell forking fantastic. So instead of Dawn, I'm going to try this, and we're going to hope that it's going to work. And then, of course, my UV resin. And just for safety precautions, I am going to glove. I also have over here my UV light. There's not enough room in between my camera and this to get a full view of it, but my UV light, I think I spent maybe $25 on this on Amazon, and so far I've used it for phone grips, and it works fantastic. So we're going to glove up. Schmuck chair right there. Okay, so we're going to take some of this UV resin, and I hope that I have enough. I'm going to put some, real quick before I do the UV resin, I'm going to put some on my dish soap. This is honeysuckle scent. I love it. And the basil. Oh my God, I love it. I'll put a fair amount in there, and I'm going to stir it up. Oh, it creates bubbles. That's all I needed. I just needed to know it was going to create bubbles. Where's it at? There it is. Bubbles. Okay. So my little cup right here, I'm going to put some UV resin in here. Okay. I'm going to start out with the Magical Violet and see what that does. 1, 2. Let's just do 2 of those real quick and mix it up. Ooh, it's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. It's not even a... It's like a white with a little hint of purple in there. That is pretty. I love it. I already got stuff all over. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit. I think I'm gonna not use the lavender because it's kind of dark. Why am I mixing with this? I wasn't supposed to be mixing with this. I'm not gonna stick my popsicle stick, that end in there. I'm gonna stick the other end in and grab a little bit just to darken it up. Oh, and I have this handy thing I was gonna put up underneath here. Give me just a moment. I got these on Amazon too. Look how pretty. So it came in a pack of 2 and it was like $9. And this is silicone. The shiny side and the matte side, and I'm going to use the shiny side. Typically I use cut mats from Dollar Tree, but this was a really good deal because when I get it dirty, the silicone, it'll just pop the epoxy off. So $9, really good deal. So there's my popsicle stick and a little stir stick. I'm going to stir this together. Oh, it's pretty. All right. So I got a little bit of mica on this. I don't think it's gonna hurt it. We're gonna start by just applying some of this UV resin all around the cup. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. Look at it. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I hope this turned out. I think I'm going to come in and I'm going to use my finger and see if I can't get some of this to smooth out. Just nice and smooth. It's having a little bit of a time catching in certain areas. So the little silicone makeup brush is great, but doesn't seem to be working well. The finger seems to be working much better. Just finger it, Stephanie. That was inappropriate. I'm sorry. Oh, look at it. It's so pretty. And this stuff doesn't cure until you put the UV light over top of it, so you don't have to worry so much about it setting up before you're ready. Take your time. Get it covered. I feel like I'm taking too much time doing this, but I don't want a super excess amount on here. So, all right, so the next step, I think everything's pretty well covered. So I have my soap and water solution. I'm gonna add just a little bit more dish soap in here just to make sure that I have plenty enough. And I'm gonna start blowing bubbles, which your mama told you not to do in your chocolate milk when you were a kid. We're just going to place the bubbles on there. Make sure it completely covers the cup. Try not to touch the cup like I just did. I think everything looks pretty good. So, I'm gonna take my handy dandy light, UV light, and plug it in. Okay, and I'm gonna do it for 90 seconds to begin with. So we're gonna just hang it, put it over top of it. There it is. We're gonna do another pass real quick. Okay, there it is. So I'm going to clean this off. Alright, so we did 2 passes with the light. We did about 3 minutes with the light. And this is what it looks like. And I know it doesn't look great at this moment because you have all this kind of sticking up everywhere. But we're just going to make sure we have all the soap off real quick. And then we're going to go and we're going to sand some of this down real lightly and get some of that off. Alright, so I sanded it down just a little bit. I didn't sand off the effect. I just sanded off some of the rough edges so that it's not so rough. There's still some bumpy edges, but I feel like when we go over with epoxy, it'll smooth out pretty well. And I thought, well, what would be better than turning this into an actual dragon eye? So I have this cabochon right here that I made with black fingernail polish and some blue, and I thought the pastel colors would look really, really good. So I'm going to try to take our UV resin. Oh, I unscrewed it. Wrong thing. So what I'm going to try to do, I'll hook up my light again. I don't know how well this is going to work, but it's worth a try. So I like this area. There's a good hole right here. So I'll put the UV resin right in there. I'm going to put some of this resin on the back of my cabochon. I'm going to put them together. And then I'm going to try to put my light over top of it and see if they will stick together. All right, I'm just going to let the light cure this and we'll be right back. All right, so I just got done with the light and it's stuck on there. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So my next step, I think that I am going to create out of air dry clay, I think I'm going to mold the eye around this. Let me get this stuff ready and we'll be back, okay? Okay, we're back. I pulled out a little bit of clay, okay? This is stuck really nicely. I don't want to pull it too much because I don't want to risk that it might actually fall off. But we have a little bit of air dry clay right here. There it is. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a little circle around this to kind of encapsulate it. So I'm going to roll it out. And it doesn't have to be super pretty, but I just want it because the eyelids and everything else is going to cover up any kind of ugliness. I want a little thinner. Might be able to use this side. See if this works. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Much better. All right, I'm just gonna push it in there. Use the other end of my little Dollar Tree tool. I'm gonna just push it on there and up underneath there where the UV resin didn't quite fill in some of that space. That's pretty decent. I can deal with that. Just kind of fill it in the space a little bit. We're kind of winging this. I've never done a dragon eye before, so we are just winging this. So I'm going to make a little ball, and then I'm going to press it out, make it flat. And need something that I can kind of cut, kind of make a circle with. Got an idea. I have an idea. I don't know what's all over this lid, but I wonder if this will work. It worked out pretty decent. Probably a little too big. Let's take it down a little bit. whatever was stuck to it. Probably still a little too big. It's not a very big eye, so we don't want a very big eyelid. That I think I can deal with. Shape it, mold it, press it in there. And then we're gonna make another one for the top. Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Now, some of this right here that we took off of the bottom eyelid, oh, it's dried. Oh, I'm gonna have to wash my mat. I'm gonna roll this into a little snake. Pinch it off there. So we can roll this out just a little bit more. Doesn't have to be very big. Would like it to be somewhat long though. Let's see if we can connect the two sides. Oh, that's doable. Looks more like a human eye than it does a dragon eye, but see if we can drum it up just a little bit.
Yeah, let's go. I ain't the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse, man it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words and I put them all together, insert, cause I wanna have worth. Working hella hard till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words. Gonna be a star, man.
We're gonna try something different. I just cut off a piece of the straw, and I'm gonna see if I can't make scales by just indenting the shape of the straw, and it's just kind of bent in just a little bit. Oh, I think we found it. I think it's perfect. Gonna make a bottom lid. We're gonna do the same thing.
Like a a blur when you're working this hard till you get what you deserve. Yeah, I ain't taking a backseat, I'm passing anybody else who is rapping. I'm nasty, ain't nobody able to catch me. They gasping, they cannot compare, they can't match me. I'm at half speed, I got your girl and she laughing and dancing, hanging on my butt, she asking to crash with me, smash with me. She savage, she wants cash money, and she knows that I live lavishly. I wanna live, I'm cold inside, gave all I have just to feel alive. I fight to live, I fight to strive. One day I'll have what I want. I want the whole...
Like, whatever you do with your dragon eye, whatever you make it look like, who cares what it looks like? Because honestly, have you ever seen a dragon? I have never in my life seen an actual dragon. So the dragons that we see are all made up from somebody's imagination, and who knows what an actual dragon looks like, or what an actual dragon eye should look like. So, I mean, who says we can't do that? Who says this is what it has to look like? Huh? Who says? We'll just go with what makes us happy. I apologize. I had to call down my dogs. They were getting rowdy. Can't have that.
One day I'll have what I want. I want the whole world in the palm of my hand. I got a plan, I'm the man. Now I'm teaching the game, a veteran, better than anybody else who tests me. I'm ready, looking in my hand and it's steady. I'm trending, ascending and blending, lyrical bending. Now I'm spreading and getting my name out now. Yeah, they hearing me laugh. All the crowds repping the sound. I'm hitting the ground, running, up and coming, ain't nothing. Yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100. Cold-blooded, no budget, from nothing to something. I ain't bluffing, I got a full hand and a full plan. I ain't gonna stop till I'm at the top, man. Every single drop got me feeling awesome. I'm about to pop, started from the bottom, yeah. I wanna live, I'm cold inside, give all I have just to feel alive. I fight to live, I fight to strive. One day I'll have what I want in life.
Okay. I think I'm gonna make similar to a... No, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll out a fat little clay worm snake. Make sure it'll fit. I think that'll be just fine. I'll cut it off right there. We're gonna flatten this out. We're gonna blend them in. They're not the best spikes in the world. Look, okay, this is my first time doing this like this, and I'm just letting the creativity flow. We're just gonna let it do what it wants to do. Okay? Let it decide. Alright, one more time. This one's a little thinner. Connection up in there. Looks good. Blend it together. Flatten it out. No, I don't think that one's supposed to be facing that way. I think it's supposed to be facing this way. Gonna make sure everything's pressed into the cup. Everything is tucked all nice. Everything is welded together all nice and pretty. No room for any kind of air pockets, any reason for anything to fall off. And I'm going to leave some of these little lines and indentions in there because, I mean, you know, we all have wrinkles, right? I'm going to push the eyelids down just a little bit in hopes to widen that eye back out just a little bit. I don't know how it looks to you guys right now because I'm looking at it sideways. But so far, I'm liking it. So far, I'm liking it. And I'm gonna take paintbrush, one that doesn't look terrible. I'm gonna take a little bit of water. Let's see if I can wet this a little bit and get it to stick a little better to the cup. Well, it is what it is. All right, let's take our little piece of what is this? Straw. And let's make some scales here on the eye. See what we can get done. Who says what it should or shouldn't look like? You know what? I might actually clip this in half. Ooh, I'm about to drop scissors on my toes.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you.
Oh, I love it so much. Oh my God, I love it so much. I amaze myself sometimes. I make myself so happy. Alright, gonna clean up the glass eye here just a little bit. We're going to let this dry overnight. Give it a good 24 hours because I didn't even let this dry overnight before I started putting clay on it. We're gonna let this dry overnight and then we will come back and we will paint it and put some epoxy on it. Okay, I had to paint it. I couldn't help it. I had to paint it purple. It's kind of a lavender color. Can't quite tell. I just took some acrylic paint and I dropped some of the, for this, as dark as it is, mica powder. I just dropped some of it in there. Not a whole lot. And it gave me this really pretty lavender color. So I'm just painting. I almost forgot to turn on the camera. So I just took a paintbrush and I snipped off some of the longer bristles. It's a little detailing brush, but snipping off some of the bristles allows for it to be a little stiffer, and I can get into some of these cracks and kind of push the paint in there just a little bit. I don't want to push it too much, but just a little bit of work.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around
Okay, so it's the next day, and this is all dry. And in the process of it drying, these wonderful little spikes, so to speak, they started lifting up. They were really brittle. I just didn't do them thick enough. So if you're gonna do yours, just do them thicker, if that makes sense. They just weren't thick enough. They were really brittle, and they didn't stick to the cup how I wanted them to. So a couple of them, I probably could have left them on there and made them work, but it just, I wasn't going to. So I took some white acrylic and just outlined right here where some of these places are. And I'm taking my brush, my paintbrush. It's a little damp, and I put a little bit of mica on there. And I put some on my finger, and I just kind of rubbed it so that it would deposit and not necessarily paint it, and give it a more of a shimmer to where I had already painted. So I think I like that. And now I'm taking the wet paintbrush. It's not wet, it's damp. Just dipping it in a little bit of water, drying it off just a little bit, dipping it in some of the mica so that it picks up some. That actually picked up a lot on that one. And I'm just going to find a few places where I kind of want to bring some color in. I'm just going to paint some of this mica on. I'm going to dip it back in the water just a little bit, and I'm going to use the water to kind of spread this around just a little bit. I don't want to paint the whole cup because we'd already colored the resin, and so I want to keep some of that in there. I just want to kind of add some dimension to the color. And I've already done a few places, and I kind of just decided to do this because I'd gotten some mica around the eye right here, and it blended out kind of nicely. So if you don't want to do it, because it looked perfectly fine before, if you don't want to do it, that's your choice. You do you. Don't be ashamed of doing you. You do you. I think we're gonna add a little here. We're just blending it in, making it stick. And this works with your finger as well. I was just dipping my finger and doing it, but I felt like I was having to dip my finger way too much, so I decided to add a little bit of moisture to it and see if that helps. Seems to be doing pretty well. I think what I'm going to do, I have some black over here. I think I'm going to add just a little bit of black. Ooh, don't make a mess. There we go. Got it open. So you can see, it's black. Need to wet my brush again. I'm not picking up a whole lot. Oop, don't drop it. Oh, did I dump it? Oh, I dropped it. And I dumped it. All right, we're gonna let some of this moisture dry up just a little bit, and then I'm going to go put a layer of clear spray paint over top of it, and then we will be back and we will epoxy it. See you back here in just a few minutes.